Hi, now I'm gonna be doing my data communication and networking to Cisco 2 for chapter 10, which is the DHCP or Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, which is entitled Laboratory Exercise number 9, which is entitled um, DHCP. So as for the instruction for the basic routers, I need to use the Cisco 1841, the switches for 2960, and the PC generic. So first thing they have to do, I'm going to make a topography or like a graph for this one. So I can show you how to put this router, switch, and computer. So first is I'll be going to put the router 1841, then the switch, which is 2960, and should have four generic computers. One, two, three, four. So, one moment. Oh, where is it? Okay, so this is the PC1, PC2, PC3, and PC4. Then I need also to add this printer or file server. Let me look at the file server here. I'm gonna use also the generic one. Okay. Let me remove this. I'm gonna name it server 1. Then I'll be going to connect this to 4 computers. No. So connect this one to here. Then this server should be connected here. Let's see if there's let me see here. Okay, so now since I'm done connecting those router to switch and a server, what needs to be done here, the first one is I need to configure the router. So I'm gonna do the configuration first. So let's say enable. Sorry. Okay, so router, configure terminal. Then I'm gonna put the name, host name, R1. Then for the switch, okay, so R1, so same thing also, so I'm gonna be doing the switch. I'm gonna name it like S1 config. First is what I'm going to do is I'm going to no IP domain lookup. Enable secret class and now in a step 7 it says that I need to configure console password. So I'm gonna following this one line console 0 password Cisco, then login, and I'm gonna type in exit. So it go back to R1 config again. So next is in step 8 to it is boot router and switch configure the password for the virtual terminal. So what I'm doing right now here is I'm only configuring the router. Same thing also process in configuring the switch. So on the R1 I need to type in like line VTY 04. Sorry, I got a wrong spelling. VTY 04 password Cisco exec timeout 00, then logging SYNNCHRONOUS login exit. Alright, we're done. Now on an R1 they just type in exit, let's type in exit. So it will go back to R1. Okay, R1 configure terminal. Service DHCP. So it says in valid input, so let's type in IP DHCP pool net let's type in again IP DHCP again. So if you're going to look at the close and open parentheses, instead of R1 config, it's now becoming like R1 DHCP config, then the number sign. So we have to type in the network 192.168.1.0 space 255.255.255.0. Then what next need to be done is I'm not defining the DHCP parameters, so I need to type in default router 192.168.1.1, then DNS server 192.168.1.5. So now after the domain name, defining the DHCP, need to do the parameters or the IP address. So ipconfig ipdhcp excluded address 192.168.1.1 192.168.1.10. Then so I go back to our config, R1 config. Nice. Now IP DHCP excluded address 192.168.1.20. Then we have to do the exit. Okay, so you go back to R1. So now we just have to save the running configurations to start a new one. So we just have to type in copy run start we can also DHCP R1. We also have able to type in just mem and it will save. So now we have to test and observe. So I just have to do this command. So let's see what will be the result. So you have to follow this show IP DHCP binding let's see. Look, if you are going to examine the IP address, client ID, list expiration, the type, so yeah, that's two. Then you go back to R1. So now that's gonna be for my laboratory exercises number 9 and about the DHCP, and I hope that um, everything will be fine. Okay, and yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye.